back when I was still having sex with men who wore Adidas slides and dirty white socks, you know the ones. I wish I could tell me then that I'd be married to like a whole ass pediatrician sitting outside in our backyard by the fire he built me, drinking an old fashioned, waiting for him to come downstairs to join me because he's putting our kids to bed. Marry the nerd.
All right, man, you got this bird. And you find it funny how women can get online and even joke like this. And she basically said that, she had fun with the dirty flip-flop ninjas and the ninjas that wore slides, and she had fun with them, and now she married the nerd, and now he's putting the kids up, and I'm by the bonfire. And I'm gonna put the comment on the screen too. She basically said in the comment that the lady had said something. She said, well, the sex was great with the flip flop and the dirty sock and flip flop guys. It was fun. And my thing is this: you think women have the discipline to cut that off? No. They sit there. Most women dream is to have fun, be sluts, be hoes, find a provider dude to settle down with that they can walk over, control, and still go fuck around on them. And then if he find out, or when they ready, divorce him, take his resources, and go and be able to be liberated and be free to deal with the dirty sock and flip-flop ninjas and take your resources to get at them. That's most women's dream. So when you hear Lex P and Eric Fletcher talking about they don't want the American dream anymore, no, they think men from 16 to 29, 30 is just out here being whores, and they get to have fun, and they get to be, make single mothers, or they get to just have their fun and then settle down when they want to. And in reality, in those ages, bro, we trying to figure it out. Yeah, we have a little fun here and there, but we trying to figure it out. They don't even understand. We are trying to really find our identity from 16 to about, 30 some years old. When you get your mid 30s, you start to feel like, oh man, I finally, getting a little bit comfortable. I'm getting a little bit comfortable. I'm starting to figure this thing out. But they just think we just got it so easy. We can crack, they looking at it through the top 5% of men. They don't even understand the other 95%, man. Like, bro, Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z didn't pop off Reasonable Doubt till he was about 30. Look at Jeff Bezos. Men from 35, that's when it started. That's when you started to really feel like, okay, I'm figuring it out. And you still building. A lot of times you hear a lot of guys say the shit don't start till you over 40. So they just think we out here just raw dogging, having the most fun. Man, when we stressing. It's, in college, you trying to figure out, I picked the right major. If you out there in the military, you just trying to get your bread, trying to stay alive, hoping a war don't pop off. If you just a regular 9-to-5 dude, you trying to pick up hustles here. I cut hair, detail cars. Let me get this certification through Microsoft. Let me get in tech. Should I do this? Let me be a plumber. Let me do mills and lathes. Let me do a mechanic. You just trying to figure it out. You just trying to figure it out. And they just think we out here just drilling everything. Man, that's contrary to popular belief, bro. We literally trying to figure out life. We trying to figure out what our identity is. Do we have some fun? And yeah, but women just think dudes revolve around them. Everything, they so narcissists. If you tired and want to have sex, you probably sleep with somebody else. Like, damn, nigga, like, shit, I just got off a shift. I just got from the gym. Like, they don't think we supposed to get tired, bro. It always jumps to, oh, you're cheating, or it's another woman, or you don't like, nigga, I'm tired. But that's what they really believe, bro. They really believe that we're just being whores. And contrary to belief, most men ain't even doing that, dog. Most men, especially from those ages, they ain't even approached a woman. I've talked about that. They ain't even having sex. But their projection is, it's a projection, because they out here slutting around. They out here busting it down. They out here doing those things that they're accusing men of. And that's just the God honest truth. But to the point of to be able to, if she really got a husband and tell him the truth, to embarrass him online, like, dog, that's fireable offense. That's a fireable offense. These women get too they getting too comfortable in America, and they can say, well, men gotten weak. And of course, it's an attack on masculinity through laws, through nutrition, you know, through religion, through false religion. They want men to be weak, you know? But the thing about it is, ain't no way a chick gonna do that to me without getting checked. You ain't even gonna dream about doing that, you know? But y'all don't have respect. A woman that respects you ain't even gonna do that. Most men don't have the respect. And most men never establish the respect. They never establish it. And if they had the respect, they lose it. They lose it. I don't understand how you can be with a woman and have kids with a woman and she don't respect you. You think them kids gonna respect you? Her family don't respect you? None of that. How can you call yourself a man? That's what I don't understand. How the disrespect. I seen a clip and I think it was like a skit, and I might put it in there, where the dude was playing the game.
Oh man.
Since you love the fucking game, or do you love me?
Are you serious?
Figure it out.
No, figure it out. Baby. Baby.
And his woman was saying, well, you spend more time with this game. She unplugged the game and took the game. Well, man, I don't even play it. I wish you would. And I believe it was a parody skit, but I wish you would. I don't even play like that. It's just that most men don't have respect, bro. It was another clip where the dude was
No, say what you just said.
I'm just saying, as soon as y'all realize the fact that when you get off of work, you don't get to lay down. You don't get to lay down. You don't get to relax. You don't get to go to sleep. Get it out your head. There's still stuff to do. We got laundry. We got trash. We got bottles. We got dishes. We got quality time. We have things to do. Now, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock roll around. All right, cool. Go to bed. That's what bed is for. But at 5 o'clock, when you're getting off, you don't get to go to sleep. You don't. As soon as that clicks, it gets together, you'll figure it out.
You about to go viral for this one.
It's a real thing. Because when I get off work, I'm still working.
When did you become in control of my bedtime? Wow! Let me zoom. Oh, I wish I could zoom in. Don't tap my phone with it.
And then point one. Uno, dos.
Okay. Got
Yes.
it. Got it.
got off a shift, and the woman had a, oh, you don't get the rest. You got me. I wish you would. If you don't get the foosball out my face. And I don't care if you pay bills or not. I just got off a shift, man. I'll be out there. And a lot of times, what y'all don't really understand is when y'all talk to women like that, when you talk to them and put them in a place like that, they get wet. They like that shit. They like when you take a stance and you put them in a place. Especially black women. If you ain't got the ability to put a woman in her place, dog, you're going to end up like this dude. Not respectable. If you think she's still not having sex, with those dirty socks and flip-flop ninjas, you out your rabbit ass mind. If you think she still ain't busting them cheeks open for them, you out your mind, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. You out your mind. Women just don't have the ability. Remember the Mighty Ducks, the third one they had or the second and the third one they had the kid Mendoza from Miami, and he couldn't stop. He was going so fast he couldn't break. That's the same thing with these women. You think these women can stop fucking with the guys that really, as soon as you make her mad, or as soon as she don't orgasm, she gonna go mess with that dude regardless. But hit the link in the description, join the Patreon.
A couple of days ago, I accidentally went viral for a video I did last week telling women to marry a nerd. I also made the cardinal mistake of admitting to having sex before I met my husband.
I'm guilty of the exact same thing their mother is, having sex. I'm not guilty of having sex with a dumbass. That's true, but still. In my video, all I was trying to do was tell women to not have sex with the type of men who produced the dudes in my comments.
And men from all across the internet are making think pieces about it.
You know, I'm a slut, I'm a skank, I got trains run on me, my husband was my last option, I settled, he settled, may this love never find me, that kind of thing. And before I met my husband, I used to eat men like that, like the ones in my comments, alive for funsies. And I know the joke, oh, you used to swallow dick. Oh, God, make better jokes. You guys have been telling the same fucking jokes since like the Salem witch trial. Like, you know in The Wizard of Oz when the lion tries to scare Dorothy and she like goes like, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm actually like, I just need some courage. Like a lot of you are just trying to figure out how to be a man. And that's how it comes through. Like, you're really that mad that you took time out from your job at Publix to do a 45-second think piece on a married woman talking to other women? I don't see the masculinity in it.
A lot of you glitch when you hear that a woman has had sex before she met you because you know that you could never measure up in real life. All that practice you've had in your room in the dark with the flashlight, you know the thing with the vagina on the end, but it looks like a nightlight. You already know that you would never measure up in real life, and a woman who has had sex with a human would know that. Which is why a woman having sex before she met you scares the shit out of you because you know you're cooked.
I saw this study the other day that said 50% of you have never even asked a woman out in real life. Guys, 50% of you have never even grown the cajones it requires to walk your little ass across the street and ask a woman you think is attractive for her number. And you're in my comments trying to flame me for dating 10 years ago? Baby, it's giving you're a virgin who can't drive. I use the euphemism, look it up, of dirty socks to talk to women who is my main target about dating the type of men that ultimately don't align with you long term. Now, the men I dated were in like law school, med school, like, you know, working at Goldman Sachs and stuff like that. So like, it was a euphemism. I wasn't actually talking about like you, like, no. Y'all are the same dudes talking about Russell Wilson's so gay. Can you imagine stepping up and like raising a child that wasn't yours? Before your shift at the Piggly Wiggly, the audacity. The same men who tell women who have had children that they're run through like your mom was. Like, the misogyny is never gonna fly for me. I'm entirely too smart. And frankly speaking, I blame my father. I have entirely too much money at my disposal to give a shit. The amount of you that look like demigorgons, like true demigorgons, telling women that they are passed around. Sorry, hold on. The married women in my comments are like, yeah, I love my IT nerd. I love my software engineer. I love my neurosurgeon. And you guys heard nerd and heard what exactly? A nerd, here, I'll put the definition here. You can find definitions of all kinds in a dictionary. It's a book that has words in it. We'll talk about it later. A nerd is just somebody who's really smart. I just told women to marry smart men. That's it. I married a smart guy. I didn't marry a smart guy because I trapped him. I married a smart guy because we were both at the same grad school. And we ran into each other. That's probably why I don't run into you. Do you know the kind of man it takes to deal with me every day? My mouth? I married the only man I ever met I didn't want to eviscerate. I married the only man I ever met I didn't want to flame and break apart because I could. But you make it easy. And I look at your comments and you guys basically circle jerking each other. And all that comes through to me is how weak, how unoriginal, and how small you are. I think a lot of you have a humiliation kink, and I didn't go to school for that, but I'm a fast study. If you would like me to continue to humiliate you, you're going to have to pay me for it, though. So I'll send my